Pentagon clarifies scope of naval blockade against Iran. The United States has categorically clarified that its ongoing naval blockade in West Asia specifically targets Iranian ports and coastlines rather than the Strait of Hormuz. Speaking to the media on Thursday, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Air Force General Dan Kane, emphasized that the enforcement applies to all vessels regardless of nationality. Kane noted that operations are being conducted within Iran's territorial seas and international waters to prevent material support from reaching the country. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth further asserted that the U.S. remains locked and loaded, utilizing less than 10% of its total naval capabilities for this mission. Hegseth dismissed Iranian claims of maritime control, characterizing threats against commercial shipping as acts of piracy. While highlighting a path toward a prosperous future through ceasefire negotiations, U.S. leadership warned that failure to reach an agreement could result in expanded military action against Iranian infrastructure. Next news. Brazilian authorities probe disturbing TikTok trend targeting women. A violent social media trend titled "If She Says No" has sparked international outrage and a federal investigation in Brazil. The trend involves men filming themselves simulating brutal physical attacks, including stabbings and shootings, as a hypothetical response to romantic rejection. Public concern intensified following a horrific real-world incident in São Gonçalo, where 20-year-old Helena Anicio Rosak was stabbed nearly 50 times by a man she had rejected. Reports indicate the attacker had consumed similar misogynistic content online prior to the assault. The Federal Police's Cybercrime Division is currently investigating whether these videos incite real-world violence. While TikTok has begun removing content that violates community standards, experts warn that such veiled violence, normalized through satire, continues to radicalize young audiences. Next news. EU and NATO pledge deeper cooperation ahead of Ankara summit. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte met in Brussels on Thursday to discuss strengthening the strategic partnership between the European Union and the military alliance. The leaders focused on the necessity of upscaling Europe's defense industrial output in response to escalating global security threats. Von der Leyen emphasized the urgency of the situation, stating that Europe must invest more, produce more, and to do both faster to ensure collective security and readiness. A primary objective of the meeting was to coordinate efforts for the upcoming NATO summit, scheduled to take place in Ankara this July. Both leaders expressed a shared commitment to deepening institutional ties over the coming weeks to ensure a unified transatlantic response to regional instability. Secretary General Rutte reinforced the importance of the partnership, noting that a stronger, more capable European defense pillar directly contributes to a more resilient and effective NATO alliance. Next news. India-Austria Business Summit to drive strategic economic growth. Austrian Chancellor Christian Stocker and Prime Minister Narendra Modi convened in New Delhi on Thursday to inaugurate the India-Austria Business Summit, marking a significant milestone in bilateral relations. Accompanied by a high-ranking delegation of 60 business leaders, Chancellor Stocker highlighted that trade between the two nations has reached €3 billion over the last decade. He characterized India as one of Austria's most vital trading partners outside the EU, noting that 160 Austrian firms are already active in the Indian market. The summit focuses on high-tech sectors including semiconductor production, renewable energy, and automotive infrastructure. To further intensify these ties, Austria announced the opening of a new consulate in Bengaluru. Both leaders expressed a commitment to political stability and energy independence through joint ventures. Next news. SpaceX conducts critical engine test of Starship megarocket. SpaceX has successfully completed a static fire test of its Starship megarocket at the Starbase facility in southern Texas, marking a vital milestone ahead of a scheduled flight next month. During Wednesday's test, all 33 engines of the Super Heavy booster were ignited, while the vehicle remained tethered to the launch pad. Standing 124 meters tall, the rocket is designed to carry over 100 tons into low Earth orbit, a capacity CEO Elon Musk describes as making it the most powerful object ever constructed. The success of Starship is pivotal for NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the lunar surface by late 2028. Despite recent progress, former NASA officials have expressed concerns that delays in the Human Landing System, HLS, and the complexity of in-space refueling could allow international competitors to reach the moon first. The upcoming 12th suborbital mission, expected within 6 weeks, is considered a decisive factor in determining if the craft can be human-rated before the decade ends. Next news, U.S. senators reassure Taiwan of imminent weapons approvals. A bipartisan group of U.S. senators has assured Taiwanese lawmakers that pending weapons sales to the island will likely be approved in the coming weeks. In a letter addressed to Taiwan's Parliament Speaker Han Kuo-yu, senators including Jean Shaheen, Jackie Rosen, Tom Tillis, and John Curtis expressed a firm congressional commitment to delivering critical military capabilities. The anticipated packages reportedly include counter-drone assets, integrated battle command systems, and medium-range munitions designed to bolster Taiwan's air defenses. This assurance comes as President Donald Trump prepares for a high-stakes visit to China on May 14 to 15. While some fear that trade negotiations with Beijing could overshadow military support for Taipei, the senators emphasized the importance of Taiwan accelerating its own defense spending. The letter follows a record $11 billion weapons approval in December and underscores a push for Taiwan to increase domestic production of asymmetric capabilities to counter growing regional pressure. Next news, former military chief warns of decade-long path to rebuild UK defense. Lord Jock Stirrup, former chief of the defense staff, has issued a stark warning to Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer, stating that the United Kingdom remains badly exposed and requires at least 10 years of sustained investment to restore its military posture. Lord Stirrup's assessment aligns with recent criticisms from Lord Robertson, who described the nation's security as being in peril. The former Air Marshal emphasized that even if the government shows immediate leadership, the process of replenishing depleted munitions and scaling the defense industrial base will be a long-term endeavor. The warning comes amid internal government tension, as Health Secretary Wes Streeting reportedly backed calls to redirect welfare savings toward defense spending. While the Prime Minister has pointed to a planned increase in defense spending to 3.5% of GDP and a forthcoming strategic defense review, critics argue that delays in the defense investment plan are undermining national security. Experts further warned that the UK currently lacks a holistic approach to protect critical infrastructure against evolving global threats and cyber attacks. Next news, IDF neutralizes senior Hamas communications commander and key operatives. The Israel Defense Forces announced on Thursday the elimination of Ahmed Abu Khadira, a senior commander within Hamas's communications unit in Gaza City. According to a military statement, Abu Khadira was actively advancing imminent terrorist attack plans against IDF troops and was identified as a direct threat. The targeted operation is part of a broader effort to dismantle the group's command and control infrastructure and disrupt technical coordination between its units. Simultaneous strikes in the Gaza City sector resulted in the deaths of two other prominent figures, Islam Hisham Riyad Kanita and Mahmoud Hamed Yusuf Hamdouna. The IDF reported that both individuals were leading efforts to rebuild Hamas's military capabilities during the recent ceasefire. Additionally, a separate engagement in the central Gaza Strip targeted a pickup truck transporting armed members. Military officials confirmed the vehicle was intercepted to neutralize gunmen planning immediate strikes against deployed forces, as operations intensify across the enclave to address emerging threats. Next news, South Korean President Lee Jae-myung, set for historic state visit to India. South Korean President Lee Jae-myung is scheduled to conduct a 3-day state visit to India from April 19 to 21, following an invitation from Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Accompanying the president will be First Lady Kim Hae-kyung and a high-level delegation of ministers and business leaders. This visit marks President Lee's first official trip to India since taking office and underscores the deepening strategic and civilizational ties between the two democratic nations. The diplomatic itinerary includes high-level discussions, with Prime Minister Modi focused on critical sectors such as shipbuilding, semiconductors, artificial intelligence, and emerging technologies. Beyond economic and technological cooperation, the leaders will explore regional security issues and cultural exchanges. President Lee is also slated to meet with President Draupadi Murmu and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. This visit follows momentum gained from the 2025 G7 summit and recent security dialogues in Seoul, signaling a shared commitment to a robust, future-oriented partnership. Next news, daily wage staff in Rawalpindi protest for job regularization. Daily wage employees of the Rawalpindi Waste Management Company, RWMC, staged a large-scale protest outside the Rawalpindi Press Club on Tuesday, demanding job permanentization and promised salary increments. Led by Municipal Labor Union President Raja Harun Rashid and General Secretary Pastor Shahid Raza, workers expressed deep frustration over being sidelined despite years of service under precarious conditions. Union leaders criticized the administration for failing to honor previous commitments to regularize over 1,000 employees. The union has unveiled an extensive protest schedule starting April 20th, featuring rallies across various locations including Iran Road, Pirwood High, and Committee Chowk. Protesters warned that if their demands are not met by May 4th, they will establish protest camps and halt all sanitation work in the city. With Eid-ul-Adha approaching, the union emphasized that the responsibility for any subsequent waste management crisis would lie entirely with the district administration and RWMC management.